Greetings, my fellow slingers. This is your friend, Argon the Annihilator. You can call me Dr. Argon if you want. I'm sorry, but your trusted GM Brian is not available at this time, so he allowed me to intro episode 11 of your Bloodlords playthrough. You know, get the fuck out of my seat, hand. Oh, I'm very sorry there, trusted GM. Just move it. Well, I'm quite sorry about that, my fellow slingers, and your trusted GM is always behind the virtual eye of destiny in his digital rage room, welcoming you once again to another episode of our Bloodlords run through, episode 11. You know, one of the things that we bring up on the next episode, actually, because it's kind of in the future, is we've been talking about these hard 20s that I want you guys to write into the show and let me know who the first individual is that rolls that first hard 20 of that show, and I'll send you out a dice and a sticker and a gold doubloon. One of the things that we had kind of discussed is that if you wish, you can donate that gold doubloon to a particular player or character, or even your trusted GM. And my thought behind that is, well, the GM cannot award himself a gold doubloon, so why not leave it up to my fellow slingers out there in the wild? That's right, if you hear the GM do something awesome, feel free to donate that gold doubloon to your trusted GM. He would love to see it. And if you do that and you write into the show at rollthard20podcast@gmail.com, not only will your trusted GM accept that gold doubloon, but he'll even send you out another one in lieu of that one. So you still got to get your gold doubloon. I'm not going to cheat you out of it. No way. Also, really quick, I wanted to say that for those out there who might be interested or curious as to the conversations that Khan and Argon the Annihilator had, well, stay tuned until the end of the episode, because I'm going to plug it in the end. That sounded a little unusual, but you get the meaning. Anyways, if you guys are liking what you're hearing, please be sure to leave us that 5-star rating and review on whatever podcast app you listen to the show on. Don't forget, check us out over at YouTube at rollthard20. Click that little subscribe bell and be notified whenever we release another episode, which is weekly. Also, don't forget, head on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthard20podcast and check us out there too. For as little as $1, you too can become a fellow slinger, and there's plenty of tiers from there. Those are good tears, not the crying tears. Anyways, let's just warm up our dice and top off our glasses. Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 11 of our Bloodlords run through. Tears. Is it my turn now? No, it's not, Argon.
I want to say nope. Not
Never
recorded. You want it on the record?
I want to put that on the record.
Look. Hey, by the way, it's the People's Champion.
That's right. You can't spell dumb without DM.
You can't spell.
That's awesome.
People's Champion. So how's everyone doing, man? I know we're picking up the spare from we doubled down 2 weeks ago to get that extra show in the can.
Hey now.
Right alongside Argon.
Yeah. Some of us haven't been out in Vegas. How was that?
Oh, it was amazing. It was awesome. I would hate to ever plug anything on this show that doesn't pay us. But we went.
Doesn't want to be plugged.
That's right. But we went to the Zach Bagans haunted house out there. You got to have reservations. Dude, it was actually really cool.
Is that at that playground 55 or 51 or something like that?
No, he bought a house that was actually haunted.
Oh shit.
And it they used to do
it's more of a manor.
They used to do yeah, right. They used to do devil worshiping and try to summon demons and shit down in the basement and stuff. And it was a huge house, but I guess at one point this law firm bought it and they expanded on it. So it's like 33 rooms now. And we had went there a couple of years ago And when we went back out there, they had changed a lot of stuff, so it was like a whole new thing. But yeah, it's a really cool experience.
Is that the one where they had like some weird artifacts there that like people would be like passing out and shit, and they had all kinds of. Is that the one?
Yeah, they got some
It sounds
cool
familiar.
stuff. One of the items they have there is called the Dibbit box, and it's supposedly of Jewish descent, that somebody had, like way back when, had trapped a demon in this box. I guess there's apparently 10 boxes, and so they partitioned this thing off into 10 different boxes, this demon, and he supposedly has one of them. But
So
they
when
were
Go ahead.
I was going to say, but somebody supposedly said it was a fake, that they came up with the whole Dibbit box thing. But I don't know. It's pretty eerie. It's pretty cool too. And some of the things online about it seem pretty neat. So
You think when that law firm came in and took it over, they were like, "You want us to get rid of all the blood and the arcane symbols?" And they were like, "Nah, not at all."
Leave it.
well,
Add cell
ironically, like they used to keep files and stuff down in the basement too, where they used to do all these. I guess they had a pentagram etched on the floor or whatever, and nobody would go down there by themselves.
I wonder why.
Yeah, right. Apparently, Jaina Jameson, is that what her name is? Jenna Jameson.
Jenna.
Well,
I'm not familiar with her work.
Of recent.
Is it bad when you date yourself by the porn stars that you know?
But apparently she lived there when she was little, her and her brother and her mother and father, whatever. And her parents used to have people over, and they would do like these rituals and stuff down there. And there's a whole thing, like as you go to specific rooms, there's narration, there's some have TVs and stuff. And like, if you're part of the VIP tour, which they call the RIP tour, you can go down in the basement as well as some of the other places that other people can't go. And I got to tell you, because we went down there, it is the heaviest feeling room that you'll ever feel. It just feels pressing. And it happened like last time too. It just felt like you were being pressed down. But
that's scary. I don't.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird. Stuff. When you come back up, you feel a little bit better. But I mean, you can't mimic that unless it has something to do with like ultra low frequencies or shit. No, because there was only 4 of us. It was Brandy and I and these other 2 ladies who were behind us. But it wasn't group psychosis. I don't believe in that shit.
I believe in demons, but not group psychosis.
I guess it's kind of like why you go.
I believe in all kinds of shit too. I believe in aliens also. Don't get me started.
Thank you, Arnold.
Yeah.
They're the ones that killed
real.
JFK, right?
Yeah,
well,
on the grassy knoll.
He was killed because of the aliens.
And the hollow moon.
Have you ever been to the grassy knoll?
I've been to the hollow moon. No, I haven't been to the grassy knoll either.
I want to go to the grassy knoll.
It is not. It's not even a knoll. It's like an anthill.
Yeah, it's nothing big, but there was a fence that was above it, and that's where. I mean, it wasn't some dude on a picnic blanket, just shooting at the
calibrating.
Prez. I mean, he was on the other side of the fence by the railroad tracks.
Look, that whole area where that took place, it looks nothing like when you look at it on videos and pictures, it looks very vast and open, and it's not. It's like this small little area.
Well, it's one hell of a place for a triangular shooting match.
Yeah, you're gonna do some guerrilla warfare. You got to choose a place like that, right?
Yeah. Isn't that where my babushka with the red scarf was chilling at? You know what I'm talking about, the lady that they can't identify.
Oh yeah, the babushka lady.
The babushka lady.
Man, what's all this nerd shit we're talking about? Let's start slinging dice.
Let's start killing hands.
Playing demon stuff.
Before we do anything else, can we just all agree that the mafia killed JFK, please?
I disagree with that.
What such thing as the mafia?
I think they may have been involved but at a much lower level.
Look, man, the Earth is flat. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hell yes, all of us on this green flat Earth. I agree.
North of the Antarctic.
Is that where you could see the turtle head that we're all riding on the back of?
Duh.
Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted GM and fellow conspirator, Brian, welcoming you to another episode of our Bloodlords run through, episode 11. And with me, my hard slingers.
Yeah.
Those
Hail to the people.
Hard conspirators.
Fellow conspirators. So let me catch everybody up to speed, because I don't know if you guys are up to speed or not. You guys left Burline Haldoli's house. You guys left Grey Dirge, went through the ovens, possibly being followed as you made your way at night towards your new manor of Kellogg the Collector. You eventually gain access to the manor, and you're set upon by a couple of rats. Next morning, you start to explore this manor, and I'm not going to get into the whole specifics of the layout of the manor, but you found your way to a large dining room where you saw this large rat swarm attacking this disembodied hand. You rescue the hand and find out its name is Argon the Annihilator, and it was Master of Arms Khan who plucked him from the wall and suddenly became overly familiar with this entity, who then bestowed upon Khan the title of Master of Arms and said that you would be a good servant to him, and that since all of your companions ride with you, they are also his servants as well. And he also told you that this was his manor.
In a manner, he said that, yes.
Yes, he did.
I don't know how I feel about this hand telling us what to do, guys.
So you're in this large-ass room. It's 15 feet wide by 60 feet long, with a long table that's 50 feet long in the middle of it. You guys have entered it through a 15-foot wide entrance off the west side, and you notice there's a 5-foot exit in the northern wall, about where you found the hand on the wall. Tell me what you guys would like to do.
Time to keep cleaning up, start sweeping, cruise. Let's go check out that door.
All right. Any vital information from Argon?
What door did you want to check out, and what do you want to know from Argon?
Well, door-wise, I would say we go north to the door in the dining room that we're at right now.
Yeah, it's not really a door, it's just an opening.
Yeah.
The opening.
Like a pass-through to another one. Like another room.
Argon.
Yes, of course. If you speak to me, you speak to me with respect. Yes, I'm talking to you, little half-thing.
Argon, my name is Sorrel.
I didn't ask, but thank you for dispensing it to me.
Is there is there anybody else in this manor that we should be worried about, or are you the sole proprietor at this time?
I am the sole one who owns this place currently. Other than a few nasty morsels who like to rummage around here and try to nip at my nails and whatnot. I don't really go beyond the first floor. It's just too difficult for me to get up and down the stairs, you understand?
Well, don't worry, I'll lend you a hand.
Oh, that's... I've never heard that before, but yes, thanks for nothing.
So you would say the first, if I'm hearing you properly, is the first floor does not have anything other than maybe some inhabitants of the rat kind?
Say that again.
Is
in
it to
English?
Is it to say that the only thing we should encounter on the first floor are rats?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of things in the manor, but I don't have the kind of vision that you do. I could barely see you now. I hear scuttling, and when I hear scuttling coming from one room towards the room I'm in, I immediately leave that room.
Okay, Con, I this is clearly going nowhere, Con. I'll take your lead.
Hold on a second.
All right, well,
Hold on. Ratke's window was in the lower left, and that's usually where Junior's is at, and his was in the lower right. I moved the windows, and when the window reappeared, Junior was not in the window anymore.
Nice.
Do you see Junior?
No, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He got up.
well, I told him to go check.
Oh, I
that
didn't see him
northern
get
door.
up. I just moved. I'm
He's
looking,
gone. Yeah.
waiting to see if he comes behind you like the ring.
Well, what
Anyways.
just happened? Because I told him
Yeah,
to
if he
check that
appears in
northern
my
door,
window.
and then he's gone.
Okay. What do you want to do, Sorrel?
Well, I'm thank you, Argon. I've I've had enough. Enough of this
Apparently
talk for
did
now.
Junior too.
Yeah, let's continue moving.
He'll be right back. His modem crashed. So continue.
GM, are you able to move Cruz? Because he's going through those front door or the northern entrance. I know he'd want that.
Okay, so tell me what you guys would like to do.
I just said we're going to go through that northern door. It's not a door, it's an open way. That's what we're going to do. But Cruz was going to be tanking that area. I'm going to be behind him. I don't know where everyone else is.
So, De La Cruz, as you move forward and look inside this room, let me reveal what it looks like. Shit. Hang on a second.
It looks like shit, or
I can't fucking figure out these stupid buttons.
So
Why
is this...
battle the enemy when you can battle the user interface?
You know, this is what you
exactly.
guys wanted.
hey, don't blame this on us.
I think as we're advancing, Rena just puts away the dagger that she'd been dreaming about drilling into the hand. And she pulls out her bow, gets an arrow knocked ready, and she's staying her typical 15 behind everybody else, taking up the rear.
Phrasing.
Easy.
Sorella's moving. He's going to stay a little bit back from that opening on the north side
Okay.
of the room.
As you guys view beyond the northern opening into the room beyond, you see that this room, which is 20 foot square, has a large stone spiraling staircase that descends down. You see that the railing is studded with these bones of fingers, and the railing itself is comprised of femurs, which seem to offer kind of a precarious support. You also notice that in the southwest corner, there appears to be another 5 foot wide entry into another room to the west. What would you like to do?
Khan will move in so I can survey the entirety of the room and also get a gander at what's over to the west.
So, Khan, from your perspective, you see that as you look to the west through that opening, you see that it opens onto like another room that's 20 by 20. You see that there's a fireplace against a northern wall with 3 chairs in a semicircle around it. You see there's a desk against the middle of the western wall, and you see a hallway that's about 15 feet long in the west that ends in a door. You see that on top of the desk is just cluttered with broken items, and as you look upon that room, you see right next to you, next to the opening, is a broken drawer with its contents spilled out, most likely coming from that desk itself. But you see that there's dust everywhere. So who knows how long it's been like this? That's anybody's guess.
Okay, Khan, we'll move into the room. We should check out this desk. Mr. Annihilator, I have some questions for you, if you don't mind, sir.
Yes, of course. Tell me what can I be of assistance to you, Master of Arms, Khan?
Well, we're looking here to sweep this place clean of all these
Good, you should
dregs.
sweep it up.
Yeah, we're looking to
Make it
clear out your
presentable.
manor here. So, what lies downstairs? Is that some sort of fruit cellar or something?
The master never allowed me to go down there when he was with us. But he always came back up with a smile on his face.
I thought that you were the master.
What I am now, I told you he bequeathed it to me upon his demise.
You said
Yeah.
queef. Sorry.
Did you not listen to the last episode?
And then we got this door here over to our west. What lies beyond that doorway?
Well, I'm reluctant to say.
Well, you're a big help, aren't you? We're trying to keep your manor in the manner you're accustomed to. Love
Yes,
to get a
if-
little more info if you can. Otherwise, we're going to be breaking all these doors down, fighting rats.
Why don't you give me a persuasion check?
Oh, I'm.
Can I assist with this? Because I think Rena's coming from.
Because
the,
you've
like-
rubbed him so well lately, huh?
Hey now.
If anybody's rubbing anybody, it's gonna be that hand rubbing on me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Shit.
Um,
Don't you lose your
I
internet
don't
now?
see
Easy.
GM. I don't see persuasion. Is that
What is it?
Is that just a normal perception? Not perception. The plus roll, or is it under diplomacy? I have no skill in it that I see. I see diplomacy, deception.
Sorry, diplomacy. Give me a diplomacy check.
Well, I have no skill in it, but I will give my best. We got a 3. That work?
No, it does not. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry, Master Khan. You just do not persuade me to divulge what may be beyond that door."
No problem. You're going to be open the doorknob, though, for sure.
You know,
See,
I would think
he kind of crosses his fingers as though somebody would cross their arms across their chest. Fuck you.
Rena's just like, I would think that if you wanted somebody to be your servants, you'd be willing to give them all the information they require.
No, you misunderstand me, servant. As a servant, you should be willing to do whatever I ask you to do without question. You're questioning me. Don't question me.
So she's going to point the bow at him just to see what he does. Is he able to perceive what I'm doing?
He has a... Where are you located at in relation to Argon and Khan, who has him around his neck?
In him completely other room.
Yeah, so she has moved from the kitchen dining area, swept past the stairwell, and now she's up next to Khan. So she's kind of halfway through the doorway into what looks like the den here with the fireplace. So she's about 7 feet away from Khan, and she's just got the arrow like trained on him.
Okay, now he's around on Khan's... Where's he at on you, Khan?
He's holding on to my shoulder. On the other shoulder, that's Sorrel's. You know, Sorrel's got the right side. He's on my left side, the left hand.
So Argon looks at you and gets a little closer to Khan's neck and says, "Well, I dare you. Go ahead. Roll your 1."
Put it down, Reyna. That ain't gonna help here.
Oh, no. Sorry, I must have misaimed there. I would never, do something like that to somebody of such a high stature.
Thank you.
She puts a little emphasis on high. Yeah.
And Reyna, as you're closer to the fireplace, as you've stepped in, you notice that your feet start moving through crumpled balls of paper. That looks as though somebody had taken parchment and crumpled it up and they're just haphazardly thrown very close to the fireplace and amongst those 3 chairs themselves as well. But as you've moved closer, your feet are actually closer to them. There's about 7 of them on the floor.
Interesting.
Looks like they have some kind of weird scrawls on it.
All right, she'll put away the bow and she'll start opening them up, see what they are.
As you open up one of these, you see that the sketch depicts a form of unusual vermin. It's highly unusual. I hate to use the same word twice, but it looks like this vermin appears to be using bones and skeletons in unusual manners, like for armor or shells or almost like conch shells. But the way they're depicted, the perspective just doesn't seem right.
Like some sort of construct?
Possibly, but the way that the construct is designed, it's almost as though there's an organic element to within it. In fact, Ren, I want you to give me a crafting skill check to perform a recall knowledge on this.
That's a 19 on the dice, and that's good because it's a total of 21.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Legal drinking age.
Yeah. You realize that these creatures that are haphazardly scrawled upon these sheets and then crumpled and thrown in the corner are called ostavites. And you know that they roam battlefields to harvest flesh and bones. And afterwards, these ostavites dissolve and slurp up the flesh for sustenance. And then they craft these bones into elaborate shells that they refer to as bone chariots.
With the 21, would I know any of their weaknesses? Or
no,
resistances?
but you're not really sure if they have any weaknesses.
And as she's explaining this to the group, what these things are. They're like carnivores. They just go around eating the dead.
Yeah, one thing that you might have heard tales of on the wind is that they're always looking to upgrade what they've got.
Ooh, they're like hermits.
Meaning that the next individual that they come across, who knows, maybe they might prove to be a better home.
I don't know why there would be notes like this in here, but I can only assume if it's here, we may come across something, so be ready.
And they're just these skeletal remains with these large anthropoid-looking creatures dominating skulls or dominating rib cages or wearing femurs as appendages to help. Just a lot of these pictures don't make a lot of sense.
Interesting. I think she'll gather all that stuff up and start putting it on the desk, and then she's going to start going through the desk too, see if there's more of this kind of stuff.
Is this the desk that's on the western side of the room?
That is correct.
Okay. And then what was on the north side of the room?
The north side of the room is a large fireplace, 10 feet wide, with 3 chairs that are in a haphazard semicircle facing the fireplace. And it's amongst these chairs on the floor that you see these 7 crumpled sheets of paper with what Rena had started to open up that have these ostavites drawn with different skeletal implements strapped to their back, or they've crawled into, or they appear to be utilizing them as forms of armor or weapons. Rena, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check as you begin to look through this desk.
That's going to be a 17 total.
17?
Winger.
Yeah. So as you're playing around with this desk, obviously the drawer is missing out of it because somebody went apeshit and chucked it. You see that there's a secret compartment.
Yes.
In the very back of the desk. As you pop it open, you notice that there are 2 vials within. One of them appears to be milky white.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one appears to almost have a silver sheen to it. Almost like glittery. Almost like the T-1000.
Like mercury.
Yeah.
She takes it out. She like has the milky white one. She's like, "Here, Khan, do you want to gargle that and see what that is?"
You might know better than I would, woman.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Can I identify these things?
So here's the deal. If you want to know what these 2 particular items are, you're going to have to use one of the crafting skills, but you're going to have to use Identify Alchemy, which is a trained action.
So this will be like the chemicals that we found at Urgag's. It's probably going to be something that none of us are going to be able to identify.
Yeah, you could try a recall knowledge, but it's not going to tell you exactly what it is.
Maybe you know, Sorrel, you're learned.
I could do something better for the party on that one. I actually still contain one of the vials that has the fluid in it.
You what?
I actually contain one of the vials that have it. I gave one to
Missy Burline,
and then I held on to one of them.
You're a dwarf, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if dwarves are colorblind, but one of them is a milky white substance. The other one's a liquid aluminum looking thing. The one you grabbed off of one of the individuals from Urgag's farm was kind of pinkish.
Oh, was it pinkish? Oh,
yes.
I thought it was milkish. I thought there was pink dust and stuff scattered along with that.
It's pinkish. Somebody said it looked like drugs. It's not drugs.
I think if we want to find out what this stuff is, we need to like make a buddy that's a alchemist or something. Like find a contact in town and break it down for us.
Contact.
Yeah, so all right, she'll just put it in the utility belt. Save that stuff for later.
Yeah, I say we gather up all this stuff, get the paperwork and all that, and give that to the smart one, Sorrel. You take the vials if you want, Reyna, or Cruz, and let's keep moving. We got to check out this fireplace.
Sure.
We got a couple doors to check out too.
How long are we going to be doing this for? I'm getting
I'm trying to get him going,
I'm
Mr. Annihilator. We're
famished.
trying.
I haven't eaten in days.
As long as it takes.
And who says you will?
What do you eat? No,
You don't want to know. It's quite vile to watch me eat.
yeah. Sebastian's gonna
Mostly finger foods, though.
Sebastian's gonna move towards the fireplace and investigate on top of the mantle and see what was actually used to burn in this fireplace. If there's, scrapped paper on the floor, maybe he has other things that he might have burnt.
Looking at the top of the mantle, you see long burnt out candles in candle holders, candelabras. You see inside the fireplace itself logs that have long since turned to ash and just charred up remains of what once would have been a healthy hearth fire. Everything else long since stone cold. You don't really see anything of value. It almost looks though that possibly these particular drawings may have been on the wall, some of them, because you see remnants of the corners of the same kind of parchment on the wall.
Yeah, a little sticky tape and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. Not much over here, boys. Let's keep moving on.
Turn into one of those things where it's like strings in between every single picture and everything connects.
Khan moved to the doorway at the west side, the one that I didn't know or Mr. Annihilator didn't know or didn't offer up what was behind. I'll go and I'll test the lock or the doorknob and see if it's locked.
Make a perception check as you go to the door.
13.
You feel Argon kind of tighten a little stiffer on your shoulder, almost in apprehension.
His tiny
What's
hand
going on,
anus.
man? What's going on, Mr. Annihilator?
I don't like going in this room. It doesn't make me feel that good.
Do you want to wait in the other room or what? You chose me. You're going with me, right?
No, you are. You are to protect me, of course. You and the rest of your band of bandits. You work for me now.
Hooligans is what I call them.
Again, what?
You said bandits. I called them hooligans. Now, if you want to wait in the other room, I'll put you on top of the mantle on the fireplace, but we got to check out all these rooms here and clean this place out.
No, it's fine. Let's go and be quick with this, though. And you see that he just kind of remains tense against your shoulder as you go towards the door.
Okay, don't worry. I'm clearing this out, You got my back, I got yours, okay? Let's go, Mr. Annihilator. Khan will move to the door and once again see if it's locked. If it's not, he will open it and
That's
be
Dr.
prepared.
Annihilator.
Dr. Annihilator. All right, man of papers.
Sebastian will move up behind Khan as well.
Yeah, okay. Out of character. Sorry, I keep doing that. Yeah, I'd love to get Cruz always in front with the tank, the shield, the armor, all that. But we'll do that next.
Okay, so Sebastian, are you up front?
No, I'll be behind Khan. He's following directions from Argon, so he'll just be at the ready.
So you open the door. It opens onto a room that's 15 feet wide by 20 feet long. You see a wide bed against the southern wall, obviously denoting this as the main bedroom. You see a writing desk with a chair that's positioned against the northern part of the western wall. And there's a 10-foot wide alcove in the southeast corner containing a large cabinet within. The room itself is just permeated with dust, indicating that it's probably not been used in several years. What would you like to do?
I'll let the rest of the group. Hey, we got a bedroom in here. We got another desk. Again, I think we leave all the smart stuff to Sorrel. He can get the papers and all that. We check out everything. I think we should move some of these things too in case any of them rats are snuggling up underneath these things,
Can Rena, because you said the whole place is covered in dust, she gets down, where she can actually touch the ground and look at it. Can she see like paw prints? Can you see like tracks where stuff has been in here moving this dust around?
Make a perception check, if you would, please.
That's going to be a 14.
14? You don't see any tracks at all. Okay. Whatever has been going on has seemed to avoid this particular room.
I think we might be okay in this room, guys.
I don't know. Dr. Annihilator said he had some reservations about going in here, so I think we gotta stay frosty on this.
Let's send him first. No, just kidding. Just chuck him
just
in there.
throw him in there. Yeah.
Cruz, you want to take the lead on this?
I'll take point. I'll start moving down to the south of the room towards the alcove where the did you say it was like a dresser or a closet?
It's a large cabinet. Almost
a large cabinet.
Yeah, like a large closet of sorts, but it doesn't look like it's part of the manor. It looks like it was brought into the manor.
All right. Can Cruz open the cabinet?
Sure.
All right.
You open the cabinet and you see that within is a complete suit of full plate.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh. Fancy. What size?
The right size. And it's tarnished looking, probably from age and lack of maintenance. But it doesn't look like it's any less viable as a source of protection.
Polish that up, son.
Will do. Cruz would like to grab that.
Oh.
Khan is looking to the northeast corner. Is there something that lies there that the map has not exposed yet?
Appears to be just the wall itself.
Okay.
Why would he be so worried about this room? There doesn't seem to be anything here. Is it just me? What am I missing, Khan?
There's a giant phantom suit of armor in there. Maybe it's something to do with that. Dr. Annihilator, what's up with this armor here?
I don't know. The previous master before me, who is now master, of course, I never saw him wander around in the full plate before. But it's strange. I seem to recall that there was more to this room than before. It always used to give me the heebie-jeebies.
We're going to check it out.
I a weaker hand.
You know, we could get one of the gauntlets from that plate armor and put that on you. You'd be a little bit more resistant to them rats that are after you.
Grand idea. Whoever thought of that? That's a great idea. I'm glad I came up with it. Please give it to me.
Sebastian will give it to him on loan.
Stuff me into it gently.
Well, I
He
think
just
we
wedges
should.
him hard.
Okay.
Khan would like to move around the room and sort of displace some of the things that could be moved. Tilt up the bed, see what's under it, move the desks, move the chairs.
Basically, just going through a whole search.
I want to make sure there's nothing creeping, and I also want to
be an illusion or something.
Another check. All the smart people in the group, let's go check this corner, because I don't like the way that looks. No reason that Dr. Annihilator should be in fear of this room. There's something in here that we ain't seeing.
As you all are performing your search, why don't you go and give me a perception check?
All of us?
Big money.
If you're in the room and you
hell
might
yeah.
do that. Sorrel, what are you doing? Are you keeping an eye on the back there? Or?
No, I've I've moved into the room at this point and standing at the foot of the bed, just kind of, watching what Dela Cruz and Khan are doing at this point, just observing.
Copy that. Yes. Post yourself. Make sure my armor is shiny too.
Khan rolled a 15.
15. As you're searching about, you find a small concealed button in the adjacent door frame right next to where you entered.
Does Dela Cruz's 22 find anything?
You
That
find
shit's
Khan
blinking for you.
finding this button.
Con, I found this
And
button.
it's just to the north of the door, on the northern side of the door that you walked through.
So this armor that he found, was it in like a closet, or was it just hanging?
It was in a closet.
It was in the cabinet.
It's in these double.
Yeah,
Oh,
imagine
it's
that
in
there
the
was
cabinet
like
to the south. Okay,
That's correct.
Armoire.
Imagine it was on some kind of a wooden
Got it.
dummy.
okay.
Yo, Dr. Annihilator, what's this little button here?
I don't recall. It's been so long. I don't ever recall seeing that.
You feel like helping out the group, and Khan will take the hand and see if he can have him push the button.
Well, I suppose so. After all, I am well armored at this point.
You're
And he's
well
fully armored. I need to know what
armed.
the armor class of full plate is, by the way, because I want to transfer this.
Trying to look it up right
in
now.
the old game, it's 0.
Yeah, right. Was it 0 or was it -2?
I thought full plate was 0
Here we go.
because plate
Full
was 3, plate and shield
It's-
was 2.
What kind of Thaco bullshit are y'all talking about?
Shut up,
I'm
Junior.
seeing full
Not
plate.
you, Junior. The other Junior. The younger Junior.
youngster?
Heavy AC plus. It says 6. Dex cap 0. Check penalty -3. Let me
You ain't
click
playing
and
the
see.
piano in that, son.
Full
Your
plate is
magistrate.
only 6.
Let's see. AC bonus +6. Yeah.
Okay.
Dex cap 0. Penalty check -3. Penalty speed -10 feet. Strength 18.
Negative 10 feet on his speed.
Yeah.
So now he can only move 15 feet per turn, but he's now has a 16 armor class.
Nice.
It's also got a 6'4" fucking thoroughbred that it's riding on the back of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you hold him out, and he pushes the button, and you see the panel that's in the wall just north of the door you enter open, sliding open. And you see another room which had been sequestered for who knows how long
It's the sex room.
reveal itself.
Excellent. Well
The
done,
room-
Dr. Annihilator. I take up his hand and high five it.
It sounds like a...
Dr. Annihilator.
go.
This is like turning into a punk. Yeah.
So he looks and he says, "That is what is different about this room. The store was always open for the old master. Well, you should keep it open for me now." This very dark antechamber is 10 feet wide by 15 feet long from north to south. As you're looking inside, you see the floor is a mosaic of small ceramic pieces. Against the northern wall, you see an altar with what appears to be a metal basin sitting atop it. And right beside it, on the floor to the right, is a metal pail on the floor.
It's like the friggin' torture room with a shit bucket.
Please put me on the bed. I'm exhausted. I
Sure
will
thing.
not go in there.
Yeah, I'll just give him a toss onto the bed.
Yeah, I
You
think
see it kind of snuggle up and get under a cover a little. So it's just like, you ever do that with your fingers and you make the dinosaur?
Pitching a tent.
Celeste does that stuff to me when we're in bed at night. Like
Oh,
it's like
really?
pissing on my face and stuff. The little animal comes over and sniffs my face.
What kind of
She's
weird
special.
Florida shit you guys into over there? That's crazy.
I mean, you guys.
You guys, yeah. Don't put me in this.
Man.
I don't know. Can we identify what the hell this room is by cursory? Or is this one of those things we'd have to dig in and touch everything?
Well, you're not going to be able to determine it just from the entrance. I'm imagining that everybody. Remember that scene in The Thing where that where the dog kind of bursts out and everybody's like looking over each other's shoulder, like, "What the fuck is this?" That's kind of how I'm envisioning everybody, kind of like looking over, like, "What?"
So
Because
you
this
said
is.
there's... Go ahead, Rena.
I was going to say, this is totally outside of anything that you'd seen at Urgag's farm. This is like next level shit at this point. Although you're not
Secret
at the
room
next
for a
level.
reason.
Yeah, I think we
there's
should come
all
back
kinds
to
of
it.
stuff on the ground. What's on that? Who knows what those little ceramic things are?
Yeah, this could be something that we just want to like save for later. If it's nothing in here moving that seems like it's going to come up from behind us, I think we
Yeah.
should just wait. Just keep
We know
moving,
how to-
clear out the floor.
I say
Yeah, we know how to
close
open
the
it, so we
door.
know how to close
Yeah.
it. Click.
Yep. And it just closes right in front of the face.
Agree.
GM, you said in the northwest corner of this room is a desk.
Yes, there is.
Okay. So Sorrel's going to move over to that desk and just take a look to see if there's anything in. Are there any drawers in it?
There are.
Some nasty
There's
ones.
a large sliding drawer where you would normally see one on a typical desk.
Can I do a perception check on that area and see if there's any like traps or buttons, perhaps, or anything that seems kind of
that,
out of the ordinary?
Give me that perception check for your search.
16.
16.
Very good.
You go around the desk, feeling underneath, and you don't find anything hidden, nothing stashed away, no secret compartments.
Okay, I'm gonna pull that drawer out. Is there a chair there? I'm gonna move the chair
There
out of
is
the
a
way.
chair,
If there's
yeah.
I'll move the chair out of the way and then pull the desk out, the desk drawer.
As you pull the chair away from the desk, it basically just breaks in your hands, just from old ass age.
Did anything?
Be easy with my furniture, please.
Oh,
Did
you don't like
anything
coming in this room anyways.
Did anything fall on the ground that was perhaps in that drawer?
No. It wasn't the drawer that broke, it was the chair itself that broke.
Oh, the chair itself broke. Okay, so I moved the chair that broke. I haven't done the desk drawer then.
Right.
Okay, so now I'm going to pull the drawer open.
Okay. You see inside there's just typical writing implements. You see pen quills. You see a couple of vials of long since dried ink. You see a few parchments of paper. Go ahead and make a... I want to say a history check, but I want to make sure that's even a thing here.
You mean herstory?
Shut the fuck up.
Their story, sir.
Okay. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me, if you would, please.
18.
18.
I'm sorry, 20. 20. I
20.
rolled 18 on the dice.
This paper that's in this desk looks to be the same kind of parchment that was crumpled up and left in that study room where the fireplace was at. And although the ink is long since dried, it's highly probable that these writing implements and ink wells themselves might have been the same instruments that created those drawings. Master of Arms, where are you?
I'm right here. Don't worry. I heard what you said. Khan goes over and pushes the button to open the room again.
Whoosh. Door opens.
Real quick on the parchment that is there, you said that it didn't have any writings on it. It was just clear parchment.
These are, yes.
Okay, can I pick up one? I want to kind of tilt the parchment at like an angle of the light to see if I can see if there's any depressions or indentations that perhaps the ink is dried up or it's some invisible ink. Can I tell?
Go ahead and make your...
Big Lebowski move. Do you remember that in the Big Lebowski? He thinks he's all slick because the guy's
Yes.
writing while he's on the phone.
Of course,
and it's
I
just a
remember. I've
doodle
seen
of
that
a
movie
wiener.
enough times.
It's so good.
Go ahead and make another intelligence check.
Okay,
I'll tell you what. Yeah, go ahead.
intelligence. That's what you want.
Yes.
That, my friend, is a hard 20
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
first one of the night.
with a
hard
22. 22.
You do not detect any depressions on this paper, but it's only because you seem to detect some kind of alchemical or arcana base on it.
Arcana.
Almost as that something may be on this sheet, but you just can't see it. It's invisible to your eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna fold that parchment up and place it into my satchel for now.
Okay.
You know, I would bet dollars to donuts that one of the vials we have will reveal whatever's on his paper, but I don't want to do it and burn the shit. But I
Burn
bet that's
evidence.
what that is. Yeah, man, it'll be like, oh, that's acid.
So Khan walks over to the bed and gets Dr. Annihilator up from his rest. You want me going in? Let's go.
I gotta ask, is this Dr. Annihilator from that Dr. Shrinker thing? Like from those old shows? Was that what that was from?
Dr. Shrinker.
Dr.
Yeah, that's a great show. He's a madman with an evil mind. No, it's just, Khan is very well respecting of his elders. That's why there's Missy Burline and Dr. Annihilator. Was Mr. Annihilator until he corrected me of his letters.
That's right.
Now, I don't know if the rest of you heard it, but I'm getting the whispers from our benefactor, Dr. Annihilator. He's urging me to go into this room. Why don't you speak up, Dr. Annihilator? You want us to go in, we're going to go in.
I'll have nothing to do with that room, of course. You four fools do what you want to do. Just be quick about it, please.
Now, excuse me for my gruffness, but you whispering to me, telling me things, not telling the rest of your group here to go and check out this room.
Khan, are you being drawn into the room? Are you okay?
I'm not being drawn. I thought everyone heard. He was saying we should check out this room.
No.
You didn't hear that?
No, you didn't. We didn't hear that. And she
He's
gets
playing
in front
sleight
of
of
him,
hand.
and she puts her hand. She says, "There's something going on here. We need to be careful." What'd you say before we walked into the room? Let's be frosty, right? We don't need to go in that room. And she's gonna. I know this ain't PvP, but she's trying to calm him down and let him know there's something weird happening. None of us heard that, Khan. Think about it. There's something weird. This is a house of weird ass stuff, man. This is what she's saying to Khan. She's trying to
feel
keep
the
him
need
out
to
of
make a
that room.
diplomacy check on that, though? Or do you feel like you guys can handle this without those kinds of checks?
I got
just
an
wanna
easy way
run
to
through
handle it. You're saying you want to go into this room? Great. The door's open. Khan tosses the hand into the room.
Hey, we'll see you next session.
Oh, shit. The hand disappears.
The hand job.
Good old.
I don't like the hand, but I don't want to see it, get something nasty to it.
Better it than us. You want to go in there? Great.
I want you to be very careful as you approach that door, Master Khan.
What lies behind it?
This is where the Master once slept. There was an antechamber off the main room, and he conducted very malicious rites within there. Things that should not be known to man. I advise you to be most cautious.
Okay, well, I'll do my best, but we gotta go into this room. We gotta clear it out.
I understand, but you are not alone. You have me to be concerned for. Be mindful of your new master. Do not get him nor his other servants killed with your recklessness.
You got Master at Arms Khan here, man. You don't have to worry about nothing.
Well, then let's go forth and do cover up. I can see your chest hairs. Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, leave us that 5-star rating and review. We also have a YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20, so if you're into watching, head on over and hit that subscribe bell. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.